What is up, people? Van from the Vaniverse Gaming Channel here with another video on Conan Exiles. Today's video, we're going to give you a revamped, updated guide of the Dregs dungeon. One of the goals I like to do is try and keep all my guides up to date, so I've spent a lot of time trying to update all my guides. So I'm going to do it to all the dungeon guides because a lot have changed in the last year that might be more helpful than the original guide. So before we get started here, I just want to show you, I'm just rocking some iron daggers. I got an iron shield, I got a bow to do the puzzles. I got some iron tools, some food, and some drink. I'm wearing the Defari armor, so I get the +5 to strength, but basically I'm only level 26 at this point. So I have 20 strength, 16 grit, and 10 encumbrance. So my weapons just have the most basic weapon damage mod, and my armor has the most basic thin armor mod. So that's pretty much all we got going on when we do this. I will tell you that I am going to be bringing a greater shellback with me. If you haven't watched my video on how to farm greater shellbacks, you might want to do that. You can click on the little eye in the top right hand corner, because that's one of the things that changes with the new dungeons is since I've done this, you couldn't bring pets and thralls with you. So that's going to be a huge help in all these dungeon guides, is having a pet with you. Not always a greater shellback, but in this case, that's who we're going to bring. So let's get started here. So I did drop my bedroll here. We're going to run in. And so last time when I did this video, people said I was on admin mode and it wasn't helpful. So no admin mode. It's just how the game is, playing it the right way, waiting for them. Okay. So your pet should start helping out as soon as you do damage or you take damage. Alright. So you just want to kind of do the thing. I have this in case I need to block arrows. So I'm not taking arrow shots. And usually if I block, he'll take all the damage for me. Alright. Okay. There we go. So you can see he's doing some severe damage to them. Okay. So there we go. We eat a little roasted haunch. One of the things I did miss in my previous video is you can click on this banner here and you actually learn how to make Defari banners. So at this point, other than that, I'm going to just run through the camp. And we're going to kill one of these guys at the end to open up the dregs. So every one of these guys should follow me here. The goal is to kill them on top. One of these will be a nice victim. Wow, they've added a lot more people in here. I don't remember there being this many people. Alright, so let's get someone up on here. And then... Okay, so there we go. It should open up. We're going to hold up our shield until it does. And let's get out of here. So you can see one of the changes that they did make was they added more guys to the entrance here. I also noticed they added some extra chests into these little camps. So making some modifications. Now your pet should come into the zone with you. Right there he is. Alright, so just like in the last one, if you haven't checked it out, you're going to click on the stone when you first get in. You're going to learn Dredger. So if you go to your feats, you'll see that the Dredger is actually, it looks like a little snake guy. Where is it? Dredger. Right here. So this will learn you some glow sticks, some breathing potions, and some cooked abyssal meat, which is a really good food. Alright, so now the dungeon. I'll put a timestamp in for all the people who just want to see the dungeon. We're just going to run right through here. Avoid everything. So some of the comments I get is how to open some of these doors. The funny thing is there's nothing to do. You watch this, but all you got to do is click it. You think there's going to be some kind of lever or something, but there's not. Okay. Run down here. So now we're going to get out our arrow because we're going to do our arrow puzzle. So right here there should be something to shoot. This controls the water level so that we can swim. So Boink. Okay. So the water should start rising now. And then that'll allow us to get through the next section. Okay. Just wait a little bit. Alright, there we go. In my other video, people said I was super impatient because I was trying to climb up before the water got there, but since my previous video, I have gotten more patient. Alright, next puzzle. So this one, I believe there are 2 things you have to shoot. No, not this one. This one's only 1. So where is it? It's on the side. There we go. Then we'll wait. Water to rise. So the cool thing is, like you've seen in my previous video, if you haven't watched it, since this is going to be an updated guide, hopefully you'll just watch this. Once you shoot the puzzles once, you don't have to shoot them again. So once you do the puzzles one time, the water level will be fine, where you don't have to shoot them again. So if like you die and you come back in, the water will keep rising, so you won't need a bow if you happen to die while you're here. So this is the one where you need 3 shots. So we need that one. That's going to raise this water level. And then we need 1 on each side. So we'll jump in here. Swim over here. Climb up. Okay. Okay, that's going to raise this water level here. So we're going to start swimming over to the other side. And then this should raise the last one. Oh, I did that wrong. Yeah, that's the other thing is you can't climb in this dungeon, so we'll climb up here. So there's no climbing. So the one on the far right there actually raises the water level of the next area. This is the one that raises this water level here. But you can see that I was able to climb up, no problem. So we'll swim over here and hit our space bar, and we're out of the water. And then might be able to get here fast enough. Yep. So there you go. So 3 puzzles get you through to this section. Alright, so since my previous video was created, the one thing that did change is the difficulty of these skeletons. You will most likely want to run past these guys. They can't be bled anymore, they can't have poison done to them, and they hit much, much harder. So if you're coming in here at level 26 and you try and fight these things, you're going to have a pretty rude awakening because they buffed them pretty darn good. Alright, so now we'll do the last puzzle. So we're going to come over here, we're going to climb up, and we're going to shoot all the way across to the other one. This is where a power shot's super important. Right there, that's the one we want. Did we get it? Yep. So then we'll come over here, put the bow away, and we'll wait and be patient. Then a little trick, once the water level gets high enough, you're going to push your forward key, and then you're going to hit spacebar, and that'll kind of help you jump up. Alright, so we're here. We are at the good old Dregs. We're at the Abyssal Remnant. So in my previous video, they didn't have these skeletons around here, so this is important why you have your guy. So he should take some aggro for you. Got to kill these first, and then once you kill these, we'll be able to kill the actual Abyssal Remnant. So this is definitely new. This was not in this dungeon previous. This is why having a greater pet with you is super duper important to tank these guys. Okay, so we're just going to make one little loop, make sure we killed them all, which I'm pretty sure we did. Yep, okay. So one thing I will tell you is that your pet, there's a very, very good chance that he's going to fall into the liquid right where the Abyssal Remnant is. So if you bring a thrall, you bring a pet, there's a good chance that he will fall in and do absolutely nothing. But that's not important. The reason why I'm making this guide is the best way to fight this is with a shield now. So basically you put your shield on, make sure you have it, and then you just kind of strafe left and right, and you're just waiting for him to go under. So here he goes. So keep your shield up in case he dives at you. But then you wait for him to dive out. So like right there. We didn't want him to dive at us. We wanted him to dive past us. So we'll do it again. Just keep strafing until he finally decides to... There you go. So you can see my pet is absolutely useless. Oh, took a little damage there. Take a little damage. Have a little food. Okay, he's going under. So let's come out of the way here. Okay, now we come over and we do our daggers. So in my previous video, I was running around and dodging. That's much more difficult. This is much easier. You can see how much damage he's taking. We're just crushing him. Okay, so get out like you did before so you don't get shot. And you'll notice that he has 20 stacks of bleed. The pet is probably doing absolutely nothing, which is okay. And we're going to come back with our shield. Okay? Alright, so just keep blocking. So you can see the pet went into the water and he's just going to sit in there. Now he won't die, he's just going to be useless. Okay, here you go. Run down here. Wait for him to come up. Come back over here. And voila. Try and get as many stacks. Now this is the good part about doing daggers is the bleed stays on even when you're not doing damage to him. Okay, get out. Alright. And back we go. So you can see this is much easier than my previous video where I was trying to dodge the spit and all that. This, you just sit here, you just strafe back and forth while you're holding your shield up. Okay, and then you wait for him to go under. If you stand still, he usually doesn't go. That's why I'm strafing back and forth, because hopefully by strafing it makes him do that. And then we come down here, and then we wait. Okay, and then we get 20 more stacks of bleed on him. And we might even get a chance to kill him on this, because he's right by the stairs. Okay, get out. And wait for your stamina to get back up before you hold block, because while you're blocking, your stamina doesn't go up. So get your stamina up, and he's dead. So there you go. You can see how much easier that was. It's up to you on what you want from this guy. If you use the 5, you get more skin from him. Okay, more reptile hide. If you use the 7, you get more meat from him for your abyssal meat. And if you use the hatchet, it's kind of a mixed bag what you're going to get from him. And then when you're in here, make sure that you click on the book to learn all the abyssal recipes and get out. So then when you get out, you don't have to run back through the dungeon. You can actually exit right here. This takes you out up at the top. So there you go. That's the updated guide to the Dregs dungeon. Hopefully this one's a lot more simplified and easier to follow. And make sure you have a pet with you. Really, you don't need one for this particular dungeon. He's good to fight the skeletons because they can be a little bit difficult when you're a low level, but he will provide you absolutely no help because of the silly poison for the dregs. But have a shield, just block, strafe back and forth, and then you can dot him up and rinse and repeat. This is Van from Vaniverse Gaming with another guide. Thanks for watching. Cheers, and peace out.